If the lumbar region of your lower back feels stiff or tight, try these exercises. Lie on your side and make sure there's a 90-degree bend in your hips and also your knees. Now take the yoga block and place it in between your knees. Lie down and support your head with your arm. Take your top arm and bring it all the way down to the floor. This is your starting point. Now take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bring the arm all the way across without twisting your pelvis. You're gonna go as far as you can, and if you can reach the floor, then that's great. This restores thoracic mobility, improves rib expansion, and re-engages the diaphragm. In addition, it takes the pressure off the lumbar spine. It improves walking, driving, and turning around to pick things up. Now that we've reset the spine and reactivated deep support, let's build controlled strength. When you sit for long periods of time, that can wreak havoc on your back and also weaken your core muscles. This one exercise teaches your core and your lats to work together so that your spine stays supported and not compressed. Anchor a band to where it's high up and at an angle. Now you're gonna squeeze your abs, you're gonna take a nice breath in, and as you exhale, you're gonna bring the band down to your thighs. You're gonna hold this position for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then you're gonna come back up. You're gonna do a total of 8 to 10 full reps of these with that nice breath. This strengthens deep core and diaphragm lat coordination, restoring spinal stability and improving intra-abdominal pressure, which unloads lumbar discs. You'll feel more stable when sitting and also standing and even lifting. And that's because your core and your lats now share the load instead of your back. If you struggle from back pain during your ab workouts, this one move builds spinal stability without the strain. Lie on your back with one leg straight and one leg bent. Take your hand and place it under the curve of your lower back on the same side as the straight leg. Your goal with this exercise is not to move that lower back in any way. You only want your head to come up 1 inch. Now squeeze your abs, make sure that your head remains straight, and lift up just 1 inch. Hold this and breathe normal for about 10 seconds. You're gonna continue doing this movement, lifting the head just 1 inch and holding for that 10 seconds, about 8 to 10 times per side. This strengthens anterior core stiffness while maintaining neutral lumbar position. And that protects the spine under load. It helps with things like rolling out of bed, standing up, and even bending because you've trained your core to brace first. This next exercise is going to build anti-lateral stability to help protect your spine. If one side of your core or your back feels weaker, this exercise builds anti-lateral stability to protect your spine. Lie on your side and bend your knees at a 90-degree angle. Also make sure that your knees, your hips, and your shoulder is in line. So you don't want your knees up like this. You want them all in one single line. You want your shoulder and your elbow to be in that straight line. Now you're gonna squeeze your abs and you're gonna lift up. You can even bring your arm up like this, or you can put it right here, whatever's more comfortable for you. You're gonna hold this position for about 10-15 seconds, if that, and then you're gonna come back down. You're gonna do a total of 8 to 10 reps of these per side. This improves side core endurance and pelvic control, and this reduces uneven load on the spine. It makes carrying groceries or bags on one side feel more balanced and doesn't tug on the lower back. This next exercise is gonna retrain your hips to do the work instead of your lower back. Grab an exercise band. Loop the exercise band right about hip level. Now you're gonna step into the band with both legs and you're gonna bring it right up about hip level. Now you want to come out just a little bit because you want tension on the band. You also want to make sure that your back is straight. You don't want to be hunched over, and you definitely don't want to be excessively arching your back. Stand about shoulder width to hip width apart. Now with a straight back, you're going to push your butt back against the band, keeping that back straight, and you're going to come down to where your torso is like parallel to the floor. Then you're going to squeeze your glutes and you're going to pull yourself up and resist that band. Do about 8 to 10 controlled reps of these. This builds glute and also hamstring strength that helps support your lower back. So when you go to pick things up, it teaches your hips to do the work instead of your lower back. This next move is gonna help when you twist or turn and it irritates your lower back. For this exercise, you're gonna need a band anchored high. You're gonna also need something to rest your knee on. Now you're gonna get into a half kneeling position. The foot on the floor is gonna be bent at that 90-degree angle. You want the band just outside of this leg. Now you're gonna grab a hold of the band with both of your hands. What you want to make sure is that your torso does not twist, nothing moves. You're going to squeeze those abs, take a nice breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to be bringing the band all the way down to the opposite side, the opposite thigh. Then you're going to bring it back up, slow and controlled in that diagonal movement. You're going to do about 8 to 10 of these per side. This builds rotational control and diagonal core glute strength. It's effective for safer twisting and also lifting. It helps with things like reaching and turning. It also makes carrying things feel more stable and connected through your core instead of your back. These drills lock in your hinge and rotation patterns, the movements that you use every day while keeping your spine supported.